Well, Sean and Emma, look, my heart goes out to the defendants in this particular case, the school. But from a procedural point of view, the judge did what he was going to do, and that was actually the right answer because this is a procedural issue. The issue is about having one's day in court. If you decide that this case is going to be dismissed at the get-go, that there's no case whatsoever, then you're robbing the plaintiffs of their day in court. He is not making a decision on the merits right now. He's simply saying that they do get to go forward, and that the defendants do not have a defense as a matter of law, that the facts should be decided as to whether or not it was proper. They'll look at whether or not these books were correctly deemed as pornographic or inappropriate in any other way, and that way at trial they'll decide. And my guess is that the judge will eventually go the way of the school being able to not have these books in the library. That's my supposition because of the facts of that. But right now, courts are very reluctant to ban, or rather dismiss a case before they have their day in court. That's a very big policy in court systems, and I suspect that the judge did that precisely for that policy reason. Well, between now and then, there could be a lot of legal fees that everyone is racking up in the process. Unfortunately, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Timothy Allen, the school did respond, so we just wanted to get this in from the superintendent saying, quote, I want to clarify that our district has not imposed a ban on over 1,600 books. Additionally, the dictionary has not been banned in our district. Any claims suggesting otherwise are inaccurate and should be disregarded. It is regrettable, yet not unexpected, that certain media outlets choose to sensationalize this situation. Timothy, if you could talk to us about the defense in this case here and what their argument will be potentially moving forward.
Yes, thank you, Emma and Sean. Clearly, the district wants to comply with the First Amendment rights of the authors, as well as how the First Amendment rights are applied to the 14th Amendment of our Constitution. However, this is a very volatile topic, and I think particularly with public school districts, it's important to maintain a parental engagement and oversight of the information that children are receiving, and making certain it is the appropriate time, place, and manner in which they receive it. So I believe the school district, which is a public school district, is trying to work with the parents to ensure that the information brought before children, and particularly when you're talking about primary years, is information that allows them to grow academically and allows them to build their intellect, but at the same time protects them against certain forms of speech by which they may not be at the mental state, of their development to properly comprehend. And I think that parent engagement and oversight is very important, particularly in our public schools. So I do believe that the defense has merits in wanting to make certain that the whole family is part of the education process, not just teachers' unions and other bodies that do not have parental responsibility.
Okay. Guys, we got to cut it short. I think we covered the arguments here. So great job, Barak and Timothy Allen. Stand by. We wanted to welcome in Matt Schlapp, who's CPAC chairman, here to play judge and jury. He's been listening in on this one. And Matt, clearly this one, the case is going forward. Yep. But I think it maybe if perhaps you wanted to weigh in on that decision, and then ultimately the one that will be facing the question of whether or not books can be removed from school libraries for certain ages.
Yeah, so there's these false claims about like what the First Amendment is and what it isn't. The First Amendment does not say that any book and every book needs to be on a school shelf or in a classroom. There are certain decisions that have to be made about the appropriateness of a book. Now, with the internet, you can get a hold of pretty much anything you want. So no one's being restricted from anything. It's just a question of what should the school narrow it down to. And when they use the schools as a place to socially experiment on radical ideas to people of tender ages, other things aren't discussed. History, right? Geography, math. It gets crowded out for climate change and critical race theory and white privilege sessions. And this whole question of sexualizing our children at young ages is incredibly controversial to parents. So the left says it's book burning and you're breaking the First Amendment. No, the First Amendment actually allows parents to be in the driver's seat in a lot of these questions, and communities to set standards about what will be in a school and won't be in a school. Cutting out radical books from classes is perfectly consistent with the First Amendment, and that's the side I'm on.